Hi, how you doing? We're back in the gym again, so the sound quality is not going to be great. I'm a little sorry for that, but not hugely, because this is where we need to be if we're looking at technical stuff, and I thought it might be interesting to cover one of the aspects of George Silver's Elizabethan English backsword system that I haven't already covered. So as you can see, I have a guest with me today, Stig, or Lucy, and what we're going to look at is the concept known as the close fight. We've covered in previous videos, go back and look at them, the gardant fight, the open fight, and the variable fight. And the one that's left is the close fight. And that's effectively defined as anything that we do where we are close enough to take hold of our opponent. So if you are close enough to take hold of them, you're doing the close fight. So before we go on and look at some of the important aspects of the close fight, let's look at something quite specifically. So if Lucy assumes a forehand ward, there's clearly a circle around her within which I am not safe. She can hit me without having to step. We call that distance, and the simplest and safest way to maintain my own safety is to stay outside of distance. So if she extends her sword, okay, as if I'm over here, she can't hit me. Just shuffle back a bit, because I think we're, there you go, that's good. Right there, let's see, just get... So the problem, of course, with that, just looking at this one here, if I'm out of distance, okay, I'm nice and safe, but I can't hit her either. And that's no good, because that's not a fight, that's a chat where we're holding swords. And they're great. But that's not what we're looking at this time. So what we need to do is look at being inside that circle. Now, we do a lot of moves that involve just skirting in and getting back out again, but the close fight effectively means getting way inside. So if Lucy was to put in a cut to my upper left, a little step, but nothing too spectacular. We're looking at the position. And I was to block that with a step in, suddenly I'm within that range. This has suddenly become the close fight. However, there are a couple of things you need to know about the close fight. The first thing is that you are unlikely to know beforehand how good at grappling or wrestling the person you're fighting is. And it may well be that they're very good at it, and they're quite happy for you to come to grips, to get in close. So what Silver gives us is a couple of categories that we can use that allow us to fight the close fight. So if our opponent is disordered, and cunningly, for Silver, just like Silver always does, he doesn't define disordered, but what we can take it to mean is if that we have done something in order to stop our opponent from being able to hit us. So let's just say we've managed to wide space them completely. We can get inside. To a degree, their stance, their posture, their position, their lines, they're disordered. We can get inside to a close fight. If they're tired, if they're struggling one way or another, we could say they're disordered. So effectively, if they're not really able to fight back, we can grapple them. The other thing that the other situation in which we're allowed to initiate grappling is if they are moving slowly. And some people will do this. And again, possibly if you've been fighting for a little while and they put a cut in and you can see that it's quite a slow cut, there's nothing to stop you from closing. Silver's very specific about how we close. We close under the cover of our true guard out. So if an attack is coming in relatively slowly, we're going to step inside and we're going to cover under this true guard out. What that effectively does is it allows us to close the line that their sword is on and allows us to take control of their sword arm with our non-sword arm, which then frees up our sword. There are a number of grips and closes and techniques that we can look at. We're not going to look at those in this video. There's one more time when we're allowed to grapple, and the clever ones among you will have already spotted this. I am allowed to grapple if she runs in and starts grappling with me. And that's it. So if we're fighting and she puts in a cut and closes underneath that cut, and then she initiates a close fight, I'm allowed to grapple in order to get out. So, in order to protect the lights and the ceiling, we're probably going to stop there. But that's a very quick look at the close fight, and hopefully we'll get some more things done soon. We're going to record a couple of techniques from the close fight outside and get those up over the next week or two. So keep checking back. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.